Hello everyone and welcome to this YouTube video. My name is Gil Trading Lab. If you're new to this YouTube video, please like this video, share and subscribe. So on today's video, I'm going to be doing a weekly market focus on EURUSD and I'm going to start from the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, my swing structure is bearish. This is my current swing range. This is my strong swing high and this is my weak swing low. Within the swing range, there's this internal structure which is currently bullish, and we use internal structure to signal for us the start and end of the swing pullback. So right now that we see that internal has shifted bullish, we can use that information to know that internal has only shifted bullish to signal the start of the swing pullback. And in this case, it's more likely like the continuation of the swing leg because we've already had that significant swing pullback. So for me, this is the continuation of the swing pullback. So this is my internal range. It's bullish to facilitate the internal pullback, swing pullback, sorry. Um, Within the swing range, we have this, currently we have this unmitigated supply above, which probably internal has shifted bullish for price to target to mitigate this supply where the swing lower high could be formed from. After the internal break of structure, we should be expecting an internal pullback. We can check on the left, we can look for unmitigated zones where price can mitigate, and then we can expect that internal pullback. But in this case, we can also use, if price sweeps some significant liquidity on the left or even on the right, it can be a good signal that the internal pullback has started. Or even if we get that fractal order flow shift, we can use that information to signal for us the start of the internal pullback. So in this case, we can see price has swept off this base liquidity above this high. So probably that liquidity sweep could be used to facilitate that internal pullback. So for this coming week, even we can see from the Thursday's candle and Friday's candle, we can see some huge wicks above. It kind of suggests that probably we could get that internal pullback now. But I haven't mapped this swing supply because of the buy side liquidity above it. We can see even this supply over here, this buy side liquidity, how it failed to hold price. Probably if it had been formed, if price had settled this liquidity and then something like that, then maybe it could have held, because we can see that it's at the swing EQ, but it still failed to hold. So we could see, so this coming week we could see that internal pullback, and within the internal range, the zones that price could pull back to, I've only mapped also only this demand, because for me, yeah, it doesn't have liquidity below it, and also it's part of this flip zone. Probably it could hold it. So if we see a pullback, probably price will be pulling back to this zone, or if it fails, we could see price pullback to sweep all this liquidity, or probably it will form something in the pullback, and then for the internal high low to be formed, and then we see price target that high. But for this week, I'll be expecting either the continuation of this internal leg or the start of the internal pullback for price to mitigate this demand. Although it's at the premium of the internal range, but it could still hold. It's not a must for price to pull back to the discount. It could still hold. We could see a pullback to this demand, the higher low to be formed, and then we could see the price target the weak internal high. So that's all for the. But they also, price has also tapped into the premium prices. So, and also after all this sweep of this buy side liquidity, maybe this internal pullback could evolve to the formation of the next swing leg. So that's all for the daily time frame. Let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, my swing structure is bearish. This is my swing structure. Let me zoom out well. This is my swing structure. This is my strong swing high, and this is my weak swing low. But the daily range and the internal range are the same. This is this is also the daily strong swing high, and also this is the daily strong weak swing low. Sorry. Within the 4 hour range, there is this internal structure which is currently bullish. It has been bullish starting from here where it shifted bullish here, and we can see the internal trend which has remained bullish to facilitate the 4 hour swing pullback and also the daily swing pullback. So for this coming week, we can expect we've already had an internal pullback. Price has pulled back. Let me check if price has swept this low. At first, we had the initial pullback. Price pullback. After the pullback, we saw price come, swept liquidity above this high, and then now we see that there's that fractal order flow shift plus also the PBL has failed. So probably this week we could see price mitigate that supply that caused the PBL to fail plus the order flow shift, and then we could see a deeper internal, either an internal pullback or probably, but then let me check well. This low is 692, this low is 687. So price has swept this low. Let me draw it. So price has swept that low. So maybe the sweep of this low could be enough for the internal higher low to be formed, and then we could see price target the week high, and maybe during the week we could either see continuation of the leg, or and then after the internal break of structure we could see an internal pullback, then we could see an internal high low formed, and then we could see the continuation of the internal trend. Or since price is still in the premium of the internal range, we could see the continuation after this sweep of this buy sell liquidity and also the church plus PBL failure. We could see a deeper internal pullback for price to mitigate discount prices, and then eventually we could see the continuation of the leg. But also something to keep in mind is that we've also tapped into the 4-hour EQ above. Prices are currently above the swing EQ. So maybe this sweep of liquidity could be enough for the swing high low to be formed, and we could see price target the weak swing low. So this internal pullback could evolve to maybe, not maybe, we could see the internal shift bearish for price to target the weak swing low. But this could take a lot of time. I'm just speaking overall. The internal range hasn't been formed well with all this liquidity below, so probably it could be targeted as price is targeting the weak swing low. So that's all for this YouTube video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, like this video, and don't forget to like this video, share, and subscribe. I wish you all a wonderful and a blessed week.